I've just got a question on how does Islam view non-Muslims and what does it teach about coexistence and tolerance?
Okay, question of dialogue. it's more involved. Yeah. Well, the question is, how does Islam view non-Muslims? Well, let me tell you this. Maybe this is the basis of what our understanding is as Muslims. People who follow the noble Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, Prophet Muhammad, are considered as ummah. As you know, you've probably heard of the term ummah a lot. But scholars divide ummah into two parts, two sections. They say ummati da'wat, ummati ijabet. So ummati da'wat means those who accepted ummah, who has people, ummah is people. People who accepted his invitation and people who have not accepted his invitation. But they are both considered as ummah, his people. So I would, as a Muslim, look at non-Muslims, I would respect their beliefs, that's their beliefs. God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has given us intellect, has given us free will. He does not enforce religion upon any of us. Otherwise, he would not put us through a test. And he gives us the decision making. And people are free to make their decisions. They can believe in any religion they wish. They can become non-believers too. That's their decision. We cannot force people into belief. In fact, the Quran says, La ikraha fid din. There is no compulsion in religion. Belief cannot be forced into any human beings. So we look at non-Muslims primarily as human beings. That's the most important thing. They are our fellow human beings. I think this is the most imperative look. In fact, one famous scholar says to the Muslim people, he says that remember that before you're a Muslim, you're a human. So that's your first identity. You're a human being. Allah has created us as human beings, and everyone on earth, all human beings are our fellow human beings because we believe we come from the same father, Adam, and same mother, Hawa. So we are technically all brothers and sisters from that perspective. That is the way we should look at them, and we should be able to coexist with them. In fact, the best evidence of this, if you go back to the prophetic times, peace and blessings be upon our noble prophet, after he migrated to Medina, they say that the population of Medina at that time was about 10,000, and Muslims were in reality a minority. There was about 1,500 Muslims. There was about 4,000 Jews, as I remember, and 4,500 idol worshippers. Idol worshippers, think about it, polytheists. What did the Prophet do? He signed a constitution, an agreement with them, with the Jews and with the idol worshippers as well. And they transformed the city of Medina, into a city-state. It was like a nation, city nation. And they signed a written constitution. It was the first written constitution in history. Written constitution. They all signed it. And they agreed that they will coexist. Everyone will follow their own beliefs. And if there is a threat to the city from outside, external threat, they will come together, unite, shoulder to shoulder. They will defend the city. This is how we should look at non-Muslims. So we cannot, I think this is one of the most important things here. We cannot be more compassionate than the Almighty Allah. He is the all-compassionate. And we know that from the prophetic hadith and the Quran, anyone who believes that Allah is one, that is the most fundamental thing, which is Tawheed, will have a chance for salvation. Anyone. So I remember I've talked about the fate of others in various programs, which included categories made up by or established by Imam Ghazali, in his approach, when he looks at non-Muslims, he puts them into different categories. He says, if the message of Islam, because Islam and Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we do believe in all the previous prophets as well. We believe in Jesus, we believe in Moses, we believe in David, we believe in all the prophets, previous prophets, because the Quran mentions all of them. But the Quran says Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet. He is my last messenger, God says. So believe in him as well. So, but if this message has not reached certain people, and they are following the previous prophet because the message hasn't reached them, Imam Ghazali says they are in salvation. They are in salvation. In his second category, he says if the message reached them, but in a distorted way, Islam was not explained to them in a good way, in a right way, they are still in salvation. See? So he categorizes them into three categories. This means we should look at humanity, as Muslims, we should look at humanity as our brothers and sisters. This is the way we should approach them. We should collaborate. We should coexist. We should work together for a better world. Establish a world where, we have common values, universal values, laws, and we follow them. And we try to eradicate all types of conflicts and violence. I think this should be the Muslim view. In fact, I know a scholar. He has a very interesting saying, which I love this saying. He says, "I have removed the term hatred from my dictionary." He says, if you must hate something, hate the word hatred itself. I don't think there's any more beautiful explanation of Islam than this.